Brian Knows is brought to you by Meats of the Round Table Podcast. Listen to your beefy bones, Jamie, John, and myself as we eat the meats and good eats all around Southern Maryland and beyond. Check us out on your favorite podcast platform as well as YouTube. That's at Meats of the Round Table, spelled MEATS.
Let's start the show. It's Ryan Knows. So kick back, relax, and let him guide your soul. Around the windy roads of life to take you high and low. Trials and tribulations and acquaintance you should get to know. So maybe let him in to get a better sense and open up your heart and your mind to find a better friend who's experienced a lot in life and isn't perfect. As he looks for purpose, a deeper meaning as we dreaming in between the circus and beneath the surface.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I know Charlie. I didn't say you could wave at the camera, but you can if you want.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to wave again?
I'll wave again.
All the other people. It's okay, and you're breaking stuff at the same time.
All right.
It's all right, Charlie.
Well,
welcome to Brian Knows, Charlie. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we get to talk about what you geek out about, you know, the thing that makes you special, your nerdum. And we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, we need to break bread and have some food. So,
all right.
As you see in the picture, Shannon made some homemade chicken pot pie, and we have a nice little salad. Now I feel like we're I don't know. You've got a good size helping.
I got a pretty good
likes
helping,
you. Yeah. It's because you're hooking her up at the nursery. That must be what
that's what it is.
Or at the greenhouse. Sorry. So mine's smaller, which it needs to be smaller because I need to unbeef it.
Oh,
you know.
No.
Okay. Well, my doctors say different. So, and then we have a little side salad. So, I think that's a healthier part that makes us feel better about what we're eating.
Absolutely.
If you listen closely, you can hear the rain because it's raining here right now on the ManShed, which is good because we needed the rain, right?
Finally.
I don't know if it'll help the drought we were in a lot, but it's something. So, before we eat, as we take our first bite, something that we always did on Meats of the Round Table is that we would cheers our bite. So we're going to cheers it. And then there are people that watch this and listen to it that really are into the ASMR. So they want to hear them.
Awesome.
So as you're taking that first bite and eating, just get right on the microphone.
Okay. Gotcha.
This is what I say every episode. This is Shannon's favorite part. And it absolutely is not, but that's, I love you, baby. That's what we do.
Oh,
okay.
man. Julie's going to love this.
So let's get it. Is Julie not like that stuff either?
I don't think she'd be about it, but it's okay.
Okay. So make sure you get a good sized bite.
Oh, okay.
And after that, then we'll take a bite of the salad and maybe get some of the croutons to see mine.
I
do these things called Food Network bites because I notice when they're eating on the Food Network, they get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And that's harder than it looks. So I try to get as much stuff as I can. With the chicken pot pie, it's not hard, man. You're having a good time.
Man.
Aren't you? Okay, so let's cheers.
Cheers it.
All right, now get into that microphone.
Okay, let's see. Yes.
It sounds good in unison.
It's a little,
And it's okay. And you like the close.
It's a little gross, man. It's a little gross. Mm-hmm.
I
feel like
thank Jamie and John for that.
I feel like that chick. You ever see that chick that eats those squid? Oh, no, she's eating snails and stuff.
No,
Those long snails and
Are you hearing the
explodes
slurping and stuff?
Yeah,
I love it. All right, so let's get into this. Has Italian dressing on it on the salad. It's got some croutons and some carrot pieces. I think it's got some other stuff. Get in that microphone, Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh, let me get.
There we go. Yeah.
Let me get some croutons too.
Sounds some croutons.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's pretty gross.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The thing is, I don't eat like this in public. I mean, we're in the ManShed, so it's different. Okay, so we're here to talk about what you're excited because I love telling stories about my friends, and the funny thing is, I feel like I've told a lot of story about you and Julie and about Pop Up. So this is Charlie Riley. He is from Pop Up's Greenhouse in Newburgh, Maryland.
Yep.
So tell everybody what Pop Ups is.
So
And that rain's really
Oh
coming
yeah,
down.
man. That's awesome. I love it.
It's
That's
your
great.
time to shine.
Yeah. So that's Pop Pop right there. Pop Pop's greenhouse is a small plant nursery. We really pride ourselves on selling quality plants, bedding plants in the spring, and lots of unique stuff. But I'm a big kid, and Julie, my wife, loves to entertain. So we just dove onto this kind of agritourism thing too, and we love welcoming people onto the farm, not just to shop. We want them to shop at the greenhouse, but greenhouse season is only so long. You got
Right.
March to this year, it was June. It was just so hot, and you can't keep stuff alive in the greenhouse. So after that, it's produce, and then we hit fall festival. We started doing a pumpkin, called a pumpkin patch, our fall festival.
Don't stop there. Stop there, because we're going to go to the.
Oh, yeah,
we're
gotcha.
We're going to talk about now. I have to totally agree, and it's what I love about Pop Pops and about you and Julie and your family is it's not fake. You guys are real. You're real with people, right? And you can sense that. You feel that. My aunt was here out of town from Florida, and she got choked up because I think she was talking to you and she was talking to your mom, right?
Yeah.
Right, about
She knew
where
my dad.
She knew your dad, so that's where Pop Pops comes
Yep,
from, right?
Yep.
Okay, so tell us about that.
Yeah, so getting into that, so my father, his name was Pat Riley Sr. He was a sheriff's deputy here in Charles County.
Most people that are from Charles County knew your dad.
Yeah.
And they only said amazing things about it because he was an amazing man.
He was awesome. He was like Superman to us. I mean, it wasn't he just amazing all the way to the end. And he was always involved in so much. I mean, Just Say No clubs and in our church and little TV spots. I think you knew him through some TV spots.
Yes. So I met him when I was I think I was like 16, and my mom said that I needed to lose weight. I was a beefy boy, right? So I went to this nutritionist and I lost a lot of weight, and they did a commercial, and your dad was in the commercial with me. And your dad brought his like old pants with him to show that difference. I remember sitting in the waiting room like while we were waiting for our turns to record our spots on the commercial. Yeah,
that's awesome. No, but how Pop Pops started and became a business was never the intention going into it. It's just funny how things happen. We COVID hit. My father was retired. My father and my mother had a hot dog cart, Deputy Dogs hot dog cart.
and that place was awesome. And the cool thing is when I performed, I would do a lot of events with them.
Yeah.
And I loved it because I was getting great hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
But the interaction with your parents all the time. I mean, your dad was always amazing. He always was, and your mom is incredible. Your mom's
She's
incredible
a saint,
too.
yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, she's
anyway.
amazing. Yeah, they had the hot dog cart set up every Tuesday. They'd set up at special events, and then when COVID came around, all the restrictions on food trucks and vendors and events. My father went from being retired with this gig, this fun thing that he was just a social guy. So he could be social with the hot dog cart. Then when COVID hit, we lost that. My wife and I bought the farm where we're at now in 2019. It was right before all the COVID stuff. So when he shut down Deputy Dogs for COVID, he came down and he just became this. He was born in Washington, D.C., and then, moved to, he was a police officer in Prince George's County and then in Charles County. And then when he came down to the farm, he just became this crazy country boy. Bought a tractor and
is a side that always wanted to come out but couldn't.
Oh my gosh, he was. So we're
you
growing,
gave him the canvas for it.
Yeah, we're growing produce, and he's taking pictures of produce. My mom said she's like, I never thought I'd see the day where your dad would take a pile of turnips and set it on a concrete block and take pictures and send it to his siblings and to his friends. Like, oh, check this out. We got eggs from the chickens, and we got tomatoes, and we got cucumbers, and he's like. What we talked about, we should grow a greenhouse, build a greenhouse, and then we can extend our growing season. And he was was toting eggs around and selling them. He was just this salesman selling vegetables. And so we started building this greenhouse. He got COVID around Christmas, New Year's, and unfortunately he didn't make it. He died from COVID. We were shattered. I mean, shook.
Sure,
He was
I'm sure.
65 years old. He had really done a lot in his last few years to be a healthy guy, and he was pretty healthy. It was one of those things where it was the worst timing. I mean, nobody knew anything about it, didn't know how to really treat it, and unfortunately, he was one of the ones that got taken by it. And we were in the middle of building this greenhouse when it happened, and I wanted to give up on it.
Yeah.
And I told this story at his funeral. So we have the greenhouse get caved in by snow. A snowstorm came, caved in the greenhouse, because this is our first greenhouse. We don't know how to build them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Learning
we build
experience.
it. Yeah. The structural integrity was not great. So we get this heavy snow, which we need one now. But he's in the hospital, and we think that he is not going to pull through. So it kind of washed my hands of the greenhouse at this point, because if he's not going to do it with me, I got no.
That was your guys' thing.
Yeah. So then I met with my brother-in-law in the greenhouse working on it, and I get a phone call from the hospital saying that he is improved and that they're thinking they can take the tube out, the breathing tube, that things are looking up.
Wow.
And it was at that instant, my brother-in-law and I started fixing the greenhouse, putting framing in there and making it rock solid, got all the snow off, and it's ready for Dad to come home, because we're going to do this greenhouse.
Okay.
And then it ended up that he didn't. But it was that call that said he's improving, and it looks like he might be out of the woods.
And that changed it for you guys.
Yeah, then we were like, we just made this. Maybe that was him telling us it's okay to finish it, and I wanted to do this.
And
Let's
that's
rock roll.
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And they say a lot of things, when the people that mean everything to us, they pass, it seems like they're waiting for that one thing, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it was, because he knew that you would carry out this dream that you guys were going to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it was weird. After he passed, I remember I was going out there to turn the lights out, and I heard like footsteps in the greenhouse, and I should have been for the first second I was freaked out, but then I wasn't, because I automatically thought, we have new plastic on the floor, so it's a big hollow open area, no plants in it or anything. We just got done. New fabric on the floor, so you can hear a pin drop in there, and I'm hearing these footsteps. I'm like, it's not a mouse, it's heavier than a mouse. So I go inside, and I told Julie, she was sleeping at this time. I said, I hear footsteps, like there's somebody in the greenhouse. And she's like, what? And I was like, it's like there's someone in the greenhouse. And I felt like, and I conveyed to her what I was thinking. And I remember going back out there and just sitting on one of the greenhouse tables by myself, and just sitting there just for like 45 minutes at night, 11:30 with the lights out, just because I felt like he was there.
Wow.
So that's kind of how Pop Pop's greenhouse started. What we did was we built that small greenhouse. We opened up so haphazardly, just quickly that season. And I think you guys came that first season. We just had one small greenhouse, and we had like a tent.
Right.
And we're like, this is going to be great for our little community and everything. And the community really, really, really showed up to where we couldn't keep stuff in our small greenhouse. So the next year,
It was something you didn't expect.
no, we
right?
didn't expect it. And it was bittersweet, because the whole time we're doing it, we're having fun, and we're thinking, Dad would have loved this. And we didn't have a name at that we were going to do Pleasant View Farm, because that's the name of the property, Pleasant View Farm. But we decided, no, at that point it's Pop Pop's greenhouse. And that next year we built a second greenhouse, and then people showed up more and put an outdoor area in, and it just became this larger than it's still a small operation compared to some other nurseries.
But what he's not giving it justice to, it's pretty big. Now to him it's that, right? Because you see this place every day. You're working on it all the time. It's a great size. It's perfect. It's perfect to go there. What's nice is that it's become a staple in the Cobb Neck area, but and beyond. The fact that people are talking about it other places in Charles County, St. Mary's County, Calvert County, and the fact that they have this place that they can go to it's turned into this getaway, which is really nice. Soon you'll have to put like an Airbnb there.
I
Turn
know,
that
right?
that little cabin thing into a little one person can stay.
Well, what's crazy is so my wife and I, my wife Julie and I, we have a blended family. We have 6 kids combined, and we moved into this place. This house was our meant to be. I was selling a home. She was selling a home.
Okay.
I can say this, not because I know she's going to watch this, but
Holy
we
shame.
started out as friends. Mm-hmm. We met through friends, and we started out as friends. I mean, there was definitely some romance there, but it was like
That's important.
But man, I didn't want to hang out with anybody else.
That's awesome.
She became my best friend, and to this day, my wife is my best friend. Been together since 2017. She's who I want to hang out with all the time, and we fell into this beautiful home at the right time too. I mean, if we had to get it now, forget about it. That's crazy. Right. But selling 2 houses, finding this house, and knowing that we could put something into it. And we have 6 kids. I mean, we needed something that had a little bit of size,
Yeah.
2 dogs, a cat, 6 kids. So something with little size. We were originally looking at Swan Point, and nothing against Swan Point, beautiful homes. Only issue was our animals. You can't have a fence. We had 2 large dogs. Wasn't going to work for us.
Okay.
And, so we found something comparable with a little property, and it does feel like you were saying, an oasis. Living there's times when we can just take a breath and sit down on the porch and look out.
Oh yeah,
it really
got to
is.
be awesome.
I mean, it's named Pleasant View Farm on the, if you go through the Maryland Historical Society, and when it was founded, they called it Pleasant View Farm, and it's a pleasant view. If you're up on top of the hill looking out, it's just
I'm
really
sure.
great.
Well, it would always be a house. Ever since Gavin was young, and we'd come before we lived over this way. We'd go and see Shannon's dad, and we'd always at night, you'd see I think that back then, like at Christmas, they had like the battery operated candles in the windows, or just the right lighting, and it just, you look at it, and it's like, oh, I'd hate to cut that grass, but
oh man, it's a bear.
Dude, I see you sometimes. That's why I'll honk at you when I'm driving by. I'm like, poor Charlie.
Yeah,
but maybe this is a good time for you to unwind, because sometimes when you're on a tractor. And I say this like I drive tractors, but I'll drive my father's 0-turn. But that's that's like a race car tractor in my eyes. I don't know. I get it. It's different, But still, every time I go to think about mowing the lawn, it's the push lawn mowers, and I hated it. So there's 4 of us, and for some reason, my parents always made me do it. So every year that it was time to start cutting the grass, I would destroy the lawnmower. So I'd put water in the gas tank. I would put too much oil. Man. And they never seemed to catch on the fact that we had to buy a new lawnmower every year. And it didn't take long to get a new lawnmower for some reason, because my grandma would be like, I'll get you another one. And so it never really, I think it got me for a week that I didn't have to do it. Anyway, so me mowing the grass, I just hate it. But anyway, You found a way that seems to work, so that's a good thing.
I hate it when it is July or August and it is so hot.
Yeah.
But I also love it once I'm getting into it. I go to this other place. I throw on I never owned a pair of earbuds until we bought this property. And I started cutting grass. I was wearing a really nice set of headphones like this.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't wear a hat for this shiny bald dome, and the sun was killing me.
Beautiful, Charlie.
Yeah, it is. And got some earbuds. Then I was like, I'll invest some money in some nice ones because I can just hear the mower.
Right.
Got some nice earbuds, and now it's my favorite thing to do. If I'm cutting grass,
I get it.
I got those earbuds in with the noise canceling, and I am just, whether it's podcasts or music.
You mean when you're listening to Meets at the Round Table?
Meets at the Round Table, that's it, man. I'm telling you. And I'm thinking about all the food that you guys are reviewing. But that's when I
see John people do listen to it. I didn't pay him to say it, so he could be lying, but I don't.
Nope, it's
anyway,
true.
Okay.
It's true. Yep. And then that's also when I feel closest these days, I think, to my father. Is when I'm cutting grass, or if there's something going on in the family. It's so funny. A song will come on, and I love music, and music will get me. I think it doesn't take a lot to get me emotional.
Dude, so okay, see that sign right there? It says music is what feelings sound like.
Yes.
And I get it. Yeah.
Dude, the right song comes on or the wrong song, and I'm cutting grass, and I'm like, I have horrible allergies, so
Dude,
the pollen, man.
Yeah.
It's the pollen.
Yeah, you
Pollen's
blame
got
the
me.
pollen.
Yeah.
Julie
But-
knows that you're you're listening. You're listening to a B side of like AC/DC or
Yeah.
something.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I get it. But so back to the greenhouse pop-ups. It's an awesome place. You guys have great deals. Like the prices that you guys have, and I'm not saying that because you're my friend. I'm saying that because that's real, right?
Yeah.
And you guys always have a wide variety of stuff, great produce. It's nice that it's local, but it's also worth it for the drive. So if you're driving even an hour, like you're having a good time, because this is going to get into what you geek out about, right? Because when you bring your families there, it's not like your children are going with you all through the greenhouse, because there's this huge area that they get to play at, right? And it's not like you guys went to I want to say Heckinger's. Do you remember Heckinger's?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dude, that was where what's there now? It was right by where we used to live. I want to say Super Fresh, but it's not Super Fresh.
No, I remember that too.
Anyway, so Super Fresh was the one that had that weird angle. Was that the one that had that weird angle front, the glass front?
With the glass,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. What's there now? I can't think about it. Anyway, so
Giant?
yeah, Heckinger's. No, it's not Giant. It's McKay's owned it for a little bit, but it's not.
Oh, what's
Shoppers?
Shoppers?
It's Shoppers.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah, sorry. It's Waldorf right before White Plains. I know those that don't live around here don't care, but Charles County people, woo. Okay, so it's not what I was getting to. It's not a standard thing that you go and buy, this play set or whatever. This is stuff that you have made, and that's what you geek out
Yeah.
about, is making all these different things, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's not just the stuff that you sell, because like I know we have our wishing well that we love that you made, right?
Yep.
And we've gotten other stuff, but all this stuff that they get to play with, right?
Yeah, so we realized that we had, I think our youngest at the time was probably 7 or 8. So that's not super, super young. So if you come out, we have stuff that your 2-year-olds can climb on.
Right.
A 1-year-old can play on. Adults can play on. So everything we have is
How often do you see like the adults playing on them?
all the time.
Right.
And it's the dads.
Is
It's the dads, man.
Because
Mom's
grow up.
shopping. Well, yeah, that's it. So that's what I think part of it is. I'm a big kid.
Right.
And I've always been that way. I mean, I'm relaxing a little bit now because I realize that it hurts to fall now.
Dude, I hear you.
It's not as easy to fall, but
Right.
when you come out and shop, if you come out and shop, there, we have events that you have to come out and you have to pay. But when you come out to shop at the greenhouse, you can stay there for 2 hours and shop for 30 minutes of it and use that playground and play. And when we say playground, over the past couple of years or few years, it's morphed into like, I would want to say like, you go to Gilbert Run or Laurel Springs.
It's big.
it's substantial.
I mean, there's a lot to do, and then you have people that just stay there all day, like Brian and Shannon and their kids.
Yeah, right,
It's like,
yeah.
come on, guys, just go. Hi, guys.
Brian, oh man, Little House on the homes on the
Yeah.
island,
So
on
talk
the
about
island.
Brian, because Brian sells some of his stuff there, right?
Little House on the Island. He helps us so damn much. I mean, and he won't take a dime. I have to like gift him things. But no, he's a great
Amazing
friend.
wood carver.
Oh man, he does these
Amazing wood carver.
These chainsaw carvings, and he'll bring out and sell. We'll sell them at the property.
Mm-hmm.
But he's really good at. He does a little bit of everything. So
Okay.
he's my shade tree mechanic that I call
Hey,
every
that's-
single time.
that's
I
awesome.
call him once a week. Hey man, I messed something up. But
They're,
no,
they're great people.
They
and
are.
we have their nativity scenes are really, they just hit home during Christmas for me.
Yep.
Not just bringing it back to what the meaning of Christmas is, but there's something nostalgic, because like when you look around the ManShed, like a lot of this stuff is nostalgia for me, and stuff even for Gavin that's nostalgia from when he was younger. It's weird for me to say that because he's 15 now, and I don't like him getting older. Anyway, So he had these last year, these beautiful nativity scenes. They were so simplistic, but so beautiful. And we were somewhere, and Brian goes to my Shannon. So I'm a Brian, and my Shannon is Shannon, and these are our friends, Brian and Shannon. And he gifted us one of those nativity scenes, and he doesn't know like how much that meant to, especially to me. I mean, it meant a lot to my Shannon too, but like that was awesome. But his artwork with it is amazing, and I love the fact that his oldest daughter will help with stuff, and then she makes jewelry. Just an amazing family, and that's what I love. The great thing about pop-ups for us has been not just to get to know you guys, but has been the fact that we've met people that are good people, you know, and that's great because it's a good environment there. The fact that it's a greenhouse that you can go and buy stuff at a good price. And I'm not saying this to sound like I'm just selling it, but I'm selling something. I'm explaining this to the audience because it's really good and it's a good environment. Even like when your mom's working, I love that. I love the conversations, but everybody, you know, I mean, everybody, when your family's there, the conversations that are had, when you know that you're cared about, that you're not just somebody that you guys are trying to make a buck off of, because where the prices are, you can tell that's not the case. So it's a good environment, good product, a place that your family can spend. So fall festival, right? You had on different weekends, you had different food trucks there, different food vendors, right? And it killed me that we didn't get to go this year, but Shannon was like,
good.
Galazio's there.
That pizza truck was awesome.
Yeah, dude,
that it comes in, it pulls in with the smoke going because they've got the brick oven in there.
Oh my gosh. It's in there?
The brick oven's going, so they're driving down the road
with the brick oven. Oh my gosh.
Smoking out. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, but so you had that, you guys have this awesome slide, right? That ends with this big hay bale, you know? So this slide, like the only reason I haven't done it yet is because I know I have to walk back up. Right. So Beefy Brian doesn't want to have to do that. Now,
we need a ski
with
lift.
What's coming. Dude, tell Julie that's what's next. Budget just changed. I am going to do it, and hopefully I'll record it and post it on here, but for what you guys have coming up. So tell everybody what's coming up.
Okay, cool. So we have last year was our first year doing a Christmas festival where you came out, you drove up our, you're good, man, long road driveway, come up to the house. There's a parking lot. We did add, so for anybody who's come before, we added it's at least 50 vehicle parking lot. So it's about 50 cars you can park up there.
That's a lot of parking now.
It's a lot of parking. And we
wait, did you guys do something to the road too?
Yeah, we widened it and we added
awesome.
some milling and try to make it so you're not getting muddy, when it rains. Yeah. So that was a big issue for us too with that bank run gravel driveway and having people pull in all the time. It rained and some people get stuck, and so we recycled asphalt everything all the way up. But
sorry, I didn't mean to take you off, but that's
no, you're good.
That's what I take.
We've done a lot of work, so it's which I was going to get to the talking real quick before we go to the Christmas thing.
Yeah.
We're saying how like when my mom's there, and great, everything she says to you is from the heart and genuine.
Oh, but you know that it's just know that.
And Julie too, and then our daughter Emma works. Constantly out at the greenhouse.
But she is sketching away, unbelievable artist.
Yes, she's awesome.
I'm still waiting for the meets of the round table.
She said something about that today, man. She was like, "Oh no, that's what you're doing. Yeah. I didn't draw his thing yet."
Oh no,
she's an amazing artist.
I'm calling you out right now.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah, but no, we have the kids out there helping. Emma's out there helping my daughter Noelle and Lucy and my son Gabriel. He's probably trying to carry everybody's plants to their car.
That's
just
awesome.
Heads up, he is looking for tips.
Well,
sorry ahead of time.
Bring cash.
He is, man. He will run back and forth. Those wagons are coming back.
He's a hustler.
$1, and he's just freaking out. Yeah.
Right.
But what I was going to say is my mom and Julie, great conversationists. They like to talk to people. They are people.
Yeah.
And I consider myself one too, but when I'm there, I almost want to apologize to people. I'm working so hard because we are a limited manpower.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like I don't get to share in that part of it and have the conversations with people like they do. So I miss out on that. and we're working to grow. So maybe I'll be able to hang around and have more conversations. But
Well, it's hard. I mean, you do have a lot going on, and
yeah,
they're doing a lot of that. They're answering the questions, and that's the thing. You guys are very knowledgeable, and I love that.
Yeah.
Because it's helped us. Because Shannon and I, like, I'm horrible, but you guys have helped Shannon out tremendously. And also, I mean, the reason we have chickens is y'all's fault anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's a good problem.
oh,
but,
your plants are still going strong. They look good.
right, but that's from stuff that you guys, I mean, we don't have any problems asking questions, but you guys, you don't make people feel dumb when we're asking a question, and that's it's a real thing. So when I would train people, I would always say that one statement of no question is a dumb question, right? But I had that role reversed on me, and I got where they were coming from, and I'm like, and you doubt it. Do I ask that question? It even came down to me today at work, and I'm like, I need to ask my boss this question, but I feel really dumb. And when I do it, she doesn't make me feel dumb, but I know you have to do it. But the way that you guys approach all of it, because you guys are genuinely wonderful, loving people, it bleeds through. So thank you for that. And thank you for being a place that is not only so comfortable to be at and has amazing things, but the fact that we can talk to you, that the public can be there and not be intimidated, because sometimes, even with local business, you feel a little intimidated when you're talking to the owners, right?
Yeah.
But it's not like that at
Thank
Pop-Ups.
you. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah.
We love the place. I mean, sometimes we feel like we get on your guys' nerves
No
because it's
way,
like we
man.
just want to see what's new, and Shannon will be like, I could see Charlie moving stuff around, so we got to go check it out.
Yeah. Yep.
So but then you guys have, and I don't know if it's going on right now, but you guys have the wagon at the bottom,
Yep.
so it's easy for people to go in and out.
Yeah,
and,
that produce stand, the honor stand, has been something. There's just so many things going on. But the honor stand, that's been a whole nother monster that we got into. We bought that from a really good friend of the family's. I mean, full disclosure, that was an honor stand in another area in Charles County, Bryantown, Maryland.
Okay.
Bryantown. Mm-hmm. It belonged to Scott and Mary Bowling. They moved. They were moving, retiring and moving. So he offered that to me for sale. So that stand, and I thank them. I'm thanking them now by telling everybody this. That stand that's sitting down there, I bought for $200.
That's insane.
$200.
Wow.
Because they just wanted it to go somewhere where it was going to be used.
Yeah.
And the honor stand for them was a success. And they had good luck with it. So I was like, all right, we're going to give this a try. I didn't want to necessarily, I was worried about produce spoiling, not worried about people taking it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if somebody's hungry, if they need it, they need it. But I was worried about food spoiling, but we got the shade on there. We added more this year.
Yeah, dude, it got big, but it's okay. So for fall season, it was perfect because like you could drive in real quick, get some pumpkins, and head on out, and like didn't have to wait for anybody. Could Cash App, Venmo, whatever. So it was easy. I mean, there was times where like Shannon would get home, she's like, "Oh, I forgot, I gotta send Julie money."
It's all good.
But
man.
but
Honor
but
system,
it was but that's nice. So we're gonna have to wrap it up soon. So I want to get into the event of what's coming.
Let's talk about
right.
it. So Christmas on the farm is what it's called. So last year we did it. You come out to the farm, you drive in. There weren't many lights driving in last year. We realized that. We invested a lot on. We have a trail around the property. It's about a quarter mile long, maybe a third of a mile. We really went crazy on lights on that trail. And we took some inspiration from some other businesses. There used to be, I personally had never went to Flatiron Farm.
Shannon and I and Gavin went.
Yeah, my wife Julie had said it was amazing. Took some inspiration from that. Also, the one over in Solomon's, Anne-Marie Gardens.
Yeah.
They decorate the woods. It's like, we can do this here. We've got this wide open trail. So we did it, and we put speakers everywhere. We borrowed some lights that we didn't return until today from Brian and Shannon.
But the funny thing is, we're giving them right back. When
So
I
we
told
can
Julie, I said
borrow
we
them
don't
again.
we don't need them.
We're going to borrow them again this
there we
season.
go.
They're awesome. But this year, so if you came last year, you could the greenhouse turned into Santa's workshop.
It was
we had
awesome.
we
The
had,
reindeer was really cool.
Yeah, the reindeer, animatronic reindeer, picture opportunities for kids to sit on a small buckboard wagon with some presents. Lots of Christmas trees. Our community came out big as far as donating Christmas trees, artificial trees to us.
That's awesome.
So we could set them up, light them up, and create the ambiance. We got, a letters to Santa area, arts and crafts for the kids. The play area gets lit up. We set up a movie screen, projector screen out on the front lawn.
And you guys had refreshments, right?
Yeah,
Or you
yeah.
had vendors that came in?
We had vendors that
Okay,
came here.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this year, what we chose to do is not have food vendors this year. We realized that it's 5 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
is when we run it. People are really there, I think, to see the lights. Now,
But that
hot
big,
chocolate, coffee, that kind of stuff, some
Right.
baked goods. Things.
but the big thing is the trail.
Oh, yeah, the trail.
Like, I mean, that thing, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
You're hearing Christmas music while you're going
Yeah.
through it, and that's where all those speakers come in.
It honestly got me. There were a couple times it made me a little emotional
Yeah.
with the right song hits because you are walking through a winter wonderland.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's super family friendly. I mean, the hill slide, we have a 150-foot hill slide that we completely light. So you're riding through a tunnel. It feels like you're on a roller coaster. This year, we're leaving the pedal cart track open. We're going to light it really well.
Awesome.
So the pedal cart track will be open, the playground, the 150-foot tunnel slide. We'll have the movies on the hill every night, Christmas movies. We are looking at having some story times
Okay.
out there night before Christmas. The Grinch will come out. We added a lot. We have invested a lot in new lights this year. So now when you drive in, you will drive through a tunnel of lights coming up the property. And we're going to decorate that front yard area, pulling up so you're getting that ambiance up front
Awesome.
as well as in the woods,
Awesome.
on the trail and in the greenhouses. And we are excited to have everybody out.
That's awesome. So you guys got to check it out. There will be a link in here. That will be a link to the Facebook page for Pop-Ups. Check it out. There's also going to be, this is a little side note. There's also going to be a link that will be in the comments. It's for a fundraiser for my buddy Wayne. So Wayne is doing the polar bear super plunge, right? So this is where I believe he gets into the water every hour for 24 hours. And I think it's at Sandy Point Park in Annapolis. So there's going to be a link on there for a fundraiser. That's December 1st at the Waldorf Moose Lodge. It's a fundraiser. I think there's a silent auction. There's food. So check out the link for that. Or if you just want to support Wayne, make sure you do it. Wayne is an awesome guy. I do before we get into the last part, I do want to thank a couple people. So with when I decided I wanted to do this podcast, and just not take away from meats, but just do something where I got to have my friends on and them talk about their thing and what they geek out about. I had some friends that came and just really helped. First person I want to thank is my buddy Derek. Derek, I appreciate you. I love you, and I thank you. Derek did the theme for the end of the show. Derek did the graphic, the one you see right there of myself, and just worked and workshopped. And even to today, we were working on stuff. So Derek, thank you for everything. I want to thank my buddy Chuck FM, the one that did the theme song to what you hear coming on here. Check him out on Spotify, Apple Music. He's got some really great stuff. And last but not least, I want to thank my buddy Wild Bill. Wild Bill's been there to help me out with all the technical support and trying to help me out as best as he could. Wild Bill got a present for the ManShed. Can you see it from your big head? Can you see it right? That Chucky, yeah, you can see it. The Chucky lunchbox, your big head,
That's
Charlie.
awesome, man.
So like he
I
got
got
that. So I appreciate that. So thank you guys, and I'll highlight some other people coming up. So one thing I want to talk about is what we ate, that chicken pot pie. One thing that I loved about it, was, you did good because you had a big portion, especially not used to eating and talking.
I'm gonna house this when we're done.
Okay, good. So, the carrots, right? So the stuff that's inside has carrots, the corn, the shredded chicken that Shannon cooked before, and that Pillsbury crust, which just brings it together.
Oh, dude.
And I think she put she brushed it with this special mix on there or whatever. And the salad, it had cucumbers, green peppers, carrots, some what do you call croutons?
Croutons, man.
Croutons.
Some good croutons.
It was just
My
simple with the
gosh.
Italian, but it paired
Yes.
really well with the food. So
Killer.
Do you cook when you're at home?
Very rarely.
Okay, so Julie takes care of it. Okay,
Oh,
so
she'll
what is
kill her,
what
yeah.
is a go-to meal when you're gonna throw something like, say Julie's busy and you're hungry and that one thing, like, so mine, and I've talked about before, is handhelds, like sandwiches, stuff like that. What is yours?
I think I've gotten into buttered noodles
Okay.
and like oven roasted chicken, chunks of chicken.
Do you, so with your noodles, so I do it sometimes. I'm not a big spaghetti fan.
Yeah.
But like I just want buttered noodles, and I'll sprinkle, like, I'll do that thing my nephew Corey does
Salt
it perfect,
bae.
just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, I see you work it.
What?
So I'll do just a little bit on there,
Uh-huh.
because that little bit of salt, you do that with it.
Oh, a little bit of salt and a little bit of lemon. Squeeze some lemon.
Okay.
It's a little bit
Okay. I
some
get it.
minced garlic.
A little zesty.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So one of the last things I want to get into, if you are going, right, so say it's just Charlie in his old truck, right?
Oh yeah.
And you're hungry. Like, say one of the guests talked about, like, sometimes a stressful day, one of the biggest things we like to do is stress eat, right? So
Guilty.
Okay. So this is what I call the secret meal. The example is when Shannon would ask me, when we lived in White Plains, can you go and grab dinner? And say I was going to McDonald's. I would get what I called my appetizer meal. So I would have this appetizer meal before I got to the house. And our old house was really close to McDonald's, so I had to be smart about it. But in that time, I would typically house 2 cheeseburgers and like a small fry. But then I had a meal at home. Okay, so your secret meal, right? What's the fast food place?
Okay.
There's no judgment, by the way. I
So-
mean, the world doesn't care.
This changed for me probably about 6 months ago.
Okay.
I started to lose weight on purpose.
Okay.
I realized I was getting a little too beefy. And I felt like Rita's Ice was not just Rita's Ice, Ice,
okay.
cotton candy Rita's Ice.
Okay. So
And-
that's
Dude, it's the craziest thing. Let me not tell Julie I'm stopping by Rita's to get a cotton candy ice because I was having it so much. I was buying gallons
oh my gosh.
to where I was like, at one point I was like, screw it, I don't care. I'm bringing it home.
How much could you eat? Because you have some time from Rita's to your house.
Yeah. Oh, I could eat a large Rita's ice and then I could pop into they sell quarts too. I could pop into some Rita's cotton candy ice. Not good for your sugar. Not good at all.
Okay, I get it.
But honestly, before that, man, Wendy's or McDonald's nuggets and fries.
That
'cause I
that's
can't
what
have
you,
beef.
right?
Yeah, can't have beef. But
we might talk about that on another episode. You come
no,
back.
but
Okay.
nuggets and fries from Wendy's or
Okay.
McDonald's
Okay.
with the sweet and sour sauce.
You ever
Sweet and
mixed?
sour.
So McDonald's, my friend Josh did this when we were a kid, and I do it to this day. It was only with McDonald's nuggets. Those are my favorites, right? McDonald's is the best fries to me, so I'm fond of McDonald's more than other places. Not hating on the other places. Nuggets, you would have the barbecue and the hot mustard. You would dip into the barbecue, then dip into the hot mustard. Do it. You'll thank me later. It's
Really?
incredible.
Okay.
That mixture is incredible. Okay. All right. So that's your super secret meal.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one I'm hiding. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Rita's Ice. I mean, horrible brain freezes all the time. Okay. So, coming up, when are you going to be doing the Christmas event?
So I say November 30th. That's
Okay.
our goal is
Okay.
November 30th. We're going to put a banner out in front of the property, and we're going to start posting on Facebook.
And it's the same thing you did with the fall one.
Exactly.
Too,
Yeah.
right?
So we'll start posting on the Facebook page. We're looking at November 30th, and our goal right now is Thursday through Sundays, 5 to 9,
Okay.
all the way up to Christmas.
Awesome.
We will have some family dates that we're not going to open up, and that's
That's
family
good.
first.
Is it true that you're going to have a Meets of the Round Table podcast signing there?
Oh,
is that true?
absolutely. Meets of the Round Table is going to be there.
Well, look,
Yeah.
you like
We're
how
going
I
to see
did
if we
that?
can't get the podcast equipment out there and have them do a
We
little
could do
podcast.
that. We could
from
do that.
Meets of the Round Table.
John built a rig, so we can take this. John, I hope you're happy to hear about this. We could totally take it there.
Oh man,
so,
the
yeah.
ambiance, sit in the greenhouse, and while people are coming in with the music,
Yeah, as long as there's food, that's all we need.
We can make sure there's
Okay.
food.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
We might get Bubba's to come or something like that.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
love
right,
Bubba's.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So check out the link that's in here for pop-ups to stay updated on what's going on. Charlie, I do have a gift for you. You get a BKB
Okay.
as a guest. So in here, I want you to reach in and just grab one. Don't look, so you see what color you're getting. This is your BKB. Let's see what you got. It is a Brian Knows baby, a BKB. So show it to the camera so everybody can see. There, get it nice and close. There you go. Beautiful. Your BKB.
Look at that.
Right. So you hold on to that.
Okay.
That's special. Just like you, Charlie.
Always.
So,
So I have something for you here.
for me?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I have a gift for Brian.
No, I think this is cool because there seems to be this thing that's been going on lately where people are bringing gifts for the ManShed. So
Yeah, so
okay.
I want everybody to see this because this is pretty big. I mean, this is we got a lot going on right now. 6 kids and everything. What is that? That is a crisp $100 bill there, my friend.
What?
Crisp $100 bill. That is half of a $100 bill.
What is this
It's
story?
the worst thing ever. So at the honor stand where people come and pay for their produce,
Oh my gosh!
I find a half of $100 bill, and I'm like, well, I mean, maybe they got $50 worth of produce, but I put it up on the.
You can't do
I
nothing.
took it to the bank, and they're like, "Oh, you need the other half, or you need at least more of the other half that shows a serial number."
Oh
and
my
so it's
gosh.
been on. It's from a magnet. It's been hanging from a magnet on our fridge.
Okay.
And it looks like a whole $100 bill hanging.
That's awesome.
So you want to grab it, and it's not a whole $100 bill. But the conversation piece is like, you can put it on the wall, pin it, and it looks like a $100 bill
so
just
it's
hanging.
it's gonna go up there. Thank you for
That
the
was-
ManShed
that was at
gift.
the honor stand.
Right.
That was,
this is going right here.
half
right
of a
now.
$100 bill.
Wow.
I mean, I walked up the
That's
hill and I was
crazy.
like, babe, look. Because I read online that you could cash these bad boys in.
Right.
And I'm like,
So I had a buddy that worked for the Department of Treasury. He was for the police force for him, and he was telling me like all the standards and all that stuff. But I know just that wouldn't fly. But that's a great story.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you
It's just
adding
the
to.
conversation
I
piece,
appreciate
man,
you adding
yeah.
to all the stories that are here.
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
means a lot to me. And hopefully other future guests will bring something that will bring a piece of them, so we have a memory of them here.
Yeah.
Because I like gifts, but something for here because this is honestly a room of memories for us. So I appreciate that. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for coming on here. Don't forget to rate and review the podcast. Give it 5 stars because you love Charlie, right? If you love Pop-Pop's Greenhouse, give us 5 stars. Don't forget to subscribe. That way you're notified of any new podcast, any new episodes that come up. I'm hoping that there's going to be a new Meets of the Roundtable one that'll come soon. I did find one in the vault with Jason McHouston, so I'm going to release that some point soon. We got some things coming up here from Wild Bill, so I'm excited for that to come out. And check out the comments. You can get this pretty face, that picture right down there, on a t-shirt, sticker, wherever you want. Be the first one who doesn't buy it. Let me see. Am I forgetting anything? That's it.
no, thank you for having me, man.
Thank you
This
for
is
coming,
awesome.
bud. I hope
Hey,
people check out
I hope people
Pop-Ups.
check it out. Well, I hope people check out this podcast and
Thank you.
keep listening to you because I've listened to some of your episodes. They're awesome.
I appreciate that. I did not pay you, right? Here's 100. Anyway,
No payment. No payment.
for
No.
for Brian Knows, I almost said for Meets of the Roundtable. Yeah, I'm Brian. That's Charlie.
Yeah.
and I know Charlie. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Brian knows, yeah, Brian knows. Good food, good ideas, that's how it goes.
Charlie,
Yeah.
I want you to look into the camera and say, "I'm Charlie, and Brian knows me."
I'm Charlie and Brian.
You really don't have to do that. There's the end. Bye, guys. Say bye, Charlie.
Bye.